What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Put It in the Air podcast. We got family to the room. We got an unofficial, official member of the Put It in the Air podcast, my bro, Schelbi. What's up, bro?
What's up? What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Jazz ain't here. Shout out to Jazz. She at work today.
Shout out to Big Fish.
Big Fish, you know, she's always trying to get that money, so I feel you, bro. It's Sunday and it's double time. I can't even be mad at you. So, yeah, shout out to Jazz, Big Fish, Schelbi. Let's shout out Schelbi, barber. Y'all know that. So I want to make sure y'all can connect with Schelbi when y'all want to get some haircuts, sure. Bring y'all kids. You see that fresh? Who cut your hair?
Me, of course.
Fresh. Waves is popping today. Wait, but your shit always be popping. Your waves always be popping. Is Schelbi so creative?
Schelbi so creative. Instagram, Schelbi so creative. And TikTok, Schelbi so creative. Schelbi is spelled Schelbi, so creative.
That's
so yeah,
fire.
Check me out, man. In my bio, click the link. It's my website. Schedule at your convenience. Check out my work on there as well.
Yep, I can't wait till the holiday seasons to come around. Me and bro was talking about connected, doing some fire stuff with kids and cutting and stuff for charity and stuff. So
yeah, also I'm doing speaking of that, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I'm doing I teamed up with Trans Solutions, so I'm gonna be doing free haircuts every second Monday of the month.
Hey, free haircuts every second Monday of the month. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
Come out.
Yeah. So
you got a location yet?
Yeah. She's supposed to be dropping a flyer, and I send it to you. But yeah, it's right. I think it's right off at 38th. I think they offer like 38th and Meridian somewhere, but I get the exact address.
So we gonna make sure we post that. Bring our kids.
Community for sure.
Come out.
Give back.
That's the most important thing. Folks get to certain positions and they forget. Hey, reach back and help your people.
Got to.
You feel me? Well, I need y'all to do something before we get started into the show. I need y'all to follow us on Instagram, Put It in the Air _ on Instagram, YouTube. Make sure y'all follow us on YouTube, Put It in the Air podcast. And TikTok, it's Put It in the Air podcast as well. And we on all platforms as far as streaming, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever. So whatever one's your favorite, hit us up. Follow us. Tell your cousin. Tell your family.
Your mama, your daddy.
Your mama, daddy, everybody. Tell them, put them on.
Sure.
If you're an ally, it don't matter. Just share the information with somebody you might feel needs it. So let's jump into these things. We're going to do drip check real quick, bro. What you got? Hey. Bro coming with that.
You know what I mean? You know how we do. Something slight.
Slight for bro. Slight for bro is like folks that tried their hardest probably had that looking on that outfit for a week, bro. Go in the closet quick.
Off the dome.
So
just a little something. I told you I pick up stuff from everywhere. You know what I mean? From Goodwill to Culture Kings online, So it just got the little, I'm into the little baggy. I'm done with the skinny, what I'm saying?
Me too.
So I'm into the little, the baggy. I ain't got too baggy on, but I got the cow print,
fire,
little graphic tee, a little Schelbi Cobra.
Fire.
That ain't how you spell my name. It's still Schelbi. You know what
you
I'm saying?
Feel me?
So
hell yeah, I like them pants. Them mugs
right on,
fire.
Right on. And then I got the 96s on with it.
Fire.
You know what I mean? Baby blue, of course, bring out,
Bring out the blue. Hell yeah. For sure. I'm fucking with it. And like you said, I'm into the baggy too. Yeah, so I took it back with the Ed Hardy pants.
I see you.
Little taper cut on the pants. Ed Hardy. You gotta have the chains, the rock star look.
That's a must for sure.
Ed Hardy shirt.
I see you.
It's cold outside.
That's big money right there. Big money.
Nah. It really ain't that expensive no more. I got on there. I said, damn, I thought this shit was a little more. I thought it was a little more. Gonna be a little more. Okay. So yeah, but you know who is expensive now, and I'm mad. Evizel.
Oh yeah,
man.
Yeah.
I wanted to grab some of them pants, which I still am. But when I went on, I'm like, damn, they
mad.
Want a G.
Yeah. I'm mad. I had some from back in the day. I probably wouldn't be able to fit them anyways. But man, that's why it's important to keep your, you know what I mean? Keep your giddy up.
Swear to God.
Because, I mean, time just repeats itself for sure.
That's what me and Jazz was talking about. She was telling me like, oh, I'm about to she be doing cleaning where she gets rid of clothes and stuff.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, bro,
purging.
don't do that.
Yeah, I be on the same type of time too, man. Ivory got me doing that purging, but
I'm like, certain stuff, it's gonna rotate back.
Timeless,
Like,
it's
you can
timeless,
put it in, like, get your toes, you put it into where, you got you'll pop them out, or I'm gonna put this in this toe because it's winter or summer or whatever.
Right.
But like, don't get rid of it because it's like you might find yourself rebuying stuff.
Like, I've done that. Yeah,
I still got J's. Like, them playoffs came out. Playoff 8s came out. I still got mine from when they came out 2 times ago.
Yeah. Now, I don't get rid of the shoes too easy, but and then certain pieces I won't get rid of because they timeless. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do purge my closet just for, you know what I mean? Because I need the space. But like you said, I need to, put it in a tote or something like that.
Because leather, that leather goes out and in.
That's timeless. I ain't getting rid of no leather, no camo.
Nope.
No denim.
Nope.
So
Levi's.
Certain things are timeless. I ain't gonna get rid of, What I do is when I switch from, I guess, the sizes, like if I want something, if I'm into the small fitted shirts versus the oversized, so that I go back and forth with that. Like, so the skinnies, if I ain't into skinnies no more, I'm gonna get rid of them. Then now I'm in the baggy. But like you said, I shouldn't get rid of them because it's gonna come back. And plus, not only that, man, I really don't follow trends. So if I want to bust some skinny, some flare, some baggy, you know what I mean?
Bust them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna bust them out. So yeah, it's just really just space. That's why I do it.
Cause like Avrex, you see how them coats is coming back crazy. Who else? The Evisos. Jazz got a couple of them Eviso Hardboy outfits. I didn't even seen FUBU jerseys. Folks trying to.
Yeah, I seen that. Forever 21 had dropped that.
I'm like, dang, they really trying to come. But I always loved that era, the 90s.
Yeah, me too.
And then slight 80s too. Like you can certain things you can. Like, I got this one shirt that's kind of like in between dress and casual, but like when I put it together, they always say I look like Paul off the Temptations. So it's like that kind of 80s kind of look where you, and I'm like, shit, this shit's fire. Like,
yeah.
Swear to God, like, so right now, I wanna take my attention to some of my favorite shoes that I'm rocking right now. Y'all know I love the New Balance 990s, fire. So I don't know if y'all ever seen this collab. Oh, who is this? Joe Fresh Goods collab. Yeah. So I had to bring them out. We talk about them all the time. I had to bring them out.
Fire.
Bro, this even look like L-Style. Do you mess with New Balances?
Of course.
The 990, and you got to think Black Man collab. So Joe Fresh Goods, shout out Joe Fresh Goods. I'm mad though, because when I got them, of course I didn't get them. I didn't catch the release of them. But when I got them, they ain't give me my exclusive box. I was pissed. I got them off GOAT, and
sometimes you got to get them boxes.
Man, like the box is crazy, and then they come with certain like little essentials in the box. So I'm like, damn, they charge an extra. I'm like, where's the box that came with this? I go back and look, they charge an extra $100 for it. I said, what?
They gonna get their money one way or another, boy.
But yeah, they come with different shoelaces. Joe Fresh Goods collab. You got the outside. What is it? Outside again or something like that. So different details. I mean, crazy. The little clouds on the inside. These joints these is my favorite. This is probably all time right now, my all-time favorite shoe.
I see why. Yeah.
These things is crazy. And I mean,
New Balance is timeless. Like, they kind of made like a comeback now, like I said, I'm rocking the 90s, 60s today, but trends, it's trendy right now. But man, New Balance I go way back to the 574s. I mean, literally when people would laugh at you and say, "What are those?
What are those?" But real sneakerheads,
yeah. Not only do they look good, man, they are so comfortable too, man. I'm an OG, so comfortability is important
matters.
to me.
Cause them J's now they don't be comfortable. They don't be comfortable.
So shout out to New Balance for sure.
And I didn't even get them for retail. I wish I could catch some New Balances for retail now, especially especially like certain collabs like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
They throw them on the GOAT. I think they might have marked these up like. I don't even want to say.
Yeah, sometimes, man, you got to pay that little extra.
Yeah.
But boy, do I feel like a goofy. Man,
Swear.
I'm like,
Feel like a
do I
straight
want to
goofy.
do this? But some cops you definitely got to do
It's
that.
like,
And
yeah, I
that's
got to
one of
break
them
down.
for sure.
And I broke down. I think they came out maybe like a year ago. I broke down and got them a few months ago. So I'm like, damn, it's just a collection.
Yeah.
I wanted to add to my collection. So I was
Yeah,
like, all right,
yeah,
boom,
yeah,
I got to
yeah.
grab them.
Definitely worth it for sure.
Hell yeah. So what you rocking, broski?
So yeah, back to the mic.
Oh yeah, and take your time, broski. Bro, hey, it's some stuff me and bro be having like together.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh
for
man.
sure. Yeah, because you got a couple of the undefeateds. Yeah, the undefeateds is probably my favorite, one of my favorites right now. And the reason why is because the color
Fire.
combo is crazy. I mean, you can pair it with whatever. I
Like,
mean, you got
bro,
like 6-7 different colors.
Brown.
Yeah, it's
Pink.
crazy. Yeah. So whatever color you want to highlight that day, and then
Black.
I just like, also another thing I like, of course, the patent leather. That's
Fire.
timeless again. Timeless.
Fire.
But too, I'm a nigga like E said, I'm a type of nigga. I don't believe in matching, but I'm a match. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I like how they jumped out the man. They literally,
They got out the porch with them.
for real.
When I
they
seen
went
them-
crazy with these because it's this thing black and brown. You shouldn't mix. You know what I mean? So I just love how they just went crazy.
Crazy.
In fashion. This is my like quote. There's no rules in fashion.
None.
In my fashion, there's no rules.
I feel like
I
fashion
love
is
this.
breaking rules.
Yeah, so
Yup.
I love this because who would have ever thought to put these combination of colors
Then
together?
you got two colorways of
Two
the
color-
green.
of the green.
That's
So,
fire.
man, I'm messing with them, man. And when I think of a shoe that describes me, it literally will be the undefeated. Because of
love
course
them.
I'm undefeated in everything I
Period.
do. Shout out to Schelbi, so creative. But just the color combo, man, it's just going against all odds, literally.
I swear.
Yeah,
Them
yeah,
things is
so-
fire.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you ain't, tap in with Undefeated. And the crazy thing is, they didn't sell out like I thought they was gonna sell
I got 'em
out.
for matter of fact, I actually did I get them from under retail? No, but there's some that are under retail. If you go to Go and click up under the undefeated Air Force Ones and under retail, some of them are under retail, but I grabbed those from Nike. But yeah,
Yep, me too. I'm like, dang, they still
yeah,
had to hop on because Undefeated damn near got like a little website or whatever, and they got some cold like different ones. Them is my favorite Undefeateds. Them is damn near probably one of my favorite Air Force Ones. Now Air Force One got a couple. They've been doing some stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah, them is timeless.
They've been doing
man.
some
I don't care what
stuff.
nobody say. Them, that's another shoe
That's
that's
another like
timeless.
timeless.
Yeah, for sure.
Forces ain't never gonna go nowhere.
Never.
They kind of did for a second, and then I don't know if it was the Chicago dudes that was like rapping about them, talking the G phase I was saying. So
Yeah.
when that era came, everybody was like, "Oh, they gotta get back on the Air Force Ones and this and this and that." But I feel like they never went nowhere.
Nah, I
for
don't
real,
care
for
how
real.
many dunks come out, how many Bapes come out. Like Forces is timeless. I mean,
Swear.
it's
It's-
unmatched.
It's getting cold. What type of things in the wintertime or in the fall time are like your top essentials?
Oh man, cardigans. You gotta have the cardigans.
Hell yeah.
Camo jackets, puffer vests.
Oh yes.
Yeah, puffer vests
Yes.
for sure. They got the corduroy puffer vests.
Hell yeah.
Like the suede. So yeah, so like I said, cardigans, sweaters
Mm-hmm.
for sure, camo, vests of all kinds, especially the puffer vest. But just layering, man. I layer a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So all type of crew neck sweatshirts,
Yep.
hoodies,
With the flannels.
yeah, flannels for sure. So
Like-
just layering all of those things. Those are all essentials for sure for
Essential.
the wintertime. Yeah.
I'm rocking with. I gotta have some flannels. Gotta have some
Yeah.
good flannels in the closet. Like if you on some lazy days, of course you have your sweat outfits.
Yeah.
It don't matter if it's Nike, Gap, whatever. Just have a cool,
Right.
nice little sweat outfit set.
For sure.
What else do I like to go with in the wintertime? like you said, you gotta have the puffer vest, and then like they got North Face, they got all different kinds. Baby had one on last night, matter of fact, and you layer that with a cool. You could layer that with a sweater. You could layer it with a little turtleneck.
Yeah,
you could layer
turtlenecks too. Though.
Oh yeah,
Turtlenecks is
and then pop
essential.
out a pea coat. You gotta pop out a pea coat.
Got to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Tim's maybe.
Yeah.
Gotta have the Tim's. Pair of fresh wheats.
Timeless.
That's everywhere. You know you popping out the wheat Tim's,
Right,
and the
got
Tim's
to.
is coming out in the wintertime.
Yeah. And the beef and broccolis. They're my favorite Tim's, man.
Fire.
Beef and broccolis, they're my favorite.
Fire.
Yeah.
The girls gonna pop out with the Uggs.
Yeah,
You know
no
that.
doubt, no doubt.
You gotta come with the Uggs. But winter is my favorite. Winter and fall are my favorite seasons to
Mine
dress
too.
in, because you're able to like really show your creative side. Because in the summer you just wanna, sometimes it be too hot.
Yeah, you want to keep it simple.
Yeah, you gotta come up out of that, or you know what I mean. You're not going, but you could, like you said, layering.
Layering.
When you get into layering, and you
I
able to
think
color
fall
block,
and winter shows who really
can dress.
be trimmed for sure.
Swear to God.
Definitely.
Cause you could color block more in the winter and fall. It just
Like you said, with them flannels, the different colors in there, what you put with that definitely shows talent.
like watch. All right, baby, pull up that picture of Schelbi where he was. This is a prime example. I don't even know if this was in the winter or not.
Yeah.
But look at this fit right here. Like that's an example of just that's even slight layering.
Yeah,
You feel me?
That's slight. That's slight.
Bro got the what you got the Yeezys on. Which ones are those?
The Yeezys, what are they on the? I don't be into
I don't know if it's the boot con, but it's like the
That's
tennis
not the
shoe.
boot,
It's like the
yeah.
tennis shoe where it kind of looks like it's different. Them are what my nephew wanted me to get him some of those, some black ones. Them are fire. That color wave is fire too. So, and then you got what's that? A camo jacket?
Yeah, that's a camo jacket I grabbed from the Goodwill and I cut it. I cut it and turned it into a crop. I got the pants off of Depop. Chick made them for me. She was just a blanket, and I was going for
What?
Yeah, and she made them. Yeah, I done sold a couple clothes. Are you familiar with Depop?
You got to put me on.
I'm have to put you on, but it's like vintage. You know, people are selling, reselling, selling clothes. So yeah, she makes them. So she has all different type of blankets. You know, that you can choose from. So that's why I grabbed the pants, and of course I had to put Yay on. You know, it was only right for me to put Yay. You know,
That's fire.
T-shirt since I was rocking the Yeezys. But yeah, but like I said, man, that jacket, man, I probably spent like $13 for it, man. At the Goodwill, went ahead and cropped it. And that's another thing, man. You know, not knocking nobody that spend thousands of dollars on their outfits, man. But I ain't gonna lie, man. That outfit right there, man. Them pants, I think I paid like $40 for the pants. The Yeezy shirt was off of Etsy.
We can go back to the regular.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, I'm all for, you know, that's why, you know, I'm all for bargains.
That
Man.
shit,
You know,
it's
this what I
crazy.
do.
Bro had that shit on, and then you got to think like folks. They think when you go designer, that's like
which I'm
but
not
bro,
knocking nobody to go designer. That's just not
that's
my
cool.
thing.
But I
you
think
know.
that's the easy cop out.
Yeah, and then, you know, that's a lot of celebrities, man. Everybody be to my little baby, you know, be putting it on, and I ain't no hater, but that's straight off the mannequin. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't rock designer, because they put it in place for you.
Exactly.
A Miri shirt, a Miri
I'm
bottoms.
putting
I mean,
it,
you know,
yes.
hey, I'm pulling from every which way. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, not knocking the designer dressers, not knocking
Not
the, you
at
know what I mean, the
all.
mannequin dressers. That's just not my thing.
I'm telling you, when you able to take like what you did, and that's like vision.
Yeah.
Like
it's
bro,
art, man.
Because
It's art.
how would you even think to like crop the daggone jacket and then the pants? Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's another thing with, you know, why I don't rock designer. Any and everybody, it's accessible.
Yeah.
You can go grab the same Valabasas pants, the same.
You're
but
not
you know what I
finna
mean?
see that outfit.
You're not gonna see nobody
in
in
the
the
streets.
world put that together. You just not. So I just like being, you know what I mean?
Have you ever thought
fit in? You know, when you can
about like
stand
being
out.
a stylist or like a clothing designer?
Not really, and the only reason why is because, man, my style is for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I can't style your average person because they not, especially if they're not an artist at heart.
Yeah.
You may be like, I might tell them to suggest them to wear this. They gonna be like, nah,
I don't
this
really like
match,
it.
or I don't know how you even get that. You know what I mean? So nah, not really. I just, you know what I mean? I just do it for me.
That's crazy, bro. I'm telling you, but if like sometimes I got my go-tos, like if I don't got creative, like if I need to go somewhere and I need to get some creative juices flowing, like I will go on Instagram. All right, boom, go on Offset page. I might go on your page. Like, how did bro wear that? Or like, what's to get me thinking of how I can start putting outfits together and stuff like that. So I go on certain like Fab. It'll be Fab, Offset. I done been on your page a couple times, like just thinking like, all right, boom. Then I come out the box and like, all right, boom, this is how I'm about to throw this outfit together. Sometimes Bae'll be like, she'll never see my vision. I'll be showing her, she like, I don't know about that. But then like when it come together, she like, oh damn, you done it again. She don't be seeing it. But what about your wife? Your fiance, does she ever be like, how is she when you get to getting dressed and creative and stuff?
Yeah, she really don't be seeing it either. But when I, you know what I mean, when I put it together, she be the same way. Like she like, man, you pull colors from every which way. Like, dang, I'm like, babe, did you see how I pulled this pink out of here? You see how she like, I see it now. You know what I mean? But she's into fashion and stuff herself. But as far as like seeing the way that I pull different colors or put different colors together and not afraid to put different colors together, she be like, all right, okay,
people be like, oh, we can't, that don't, but that once you get away from like always wanting to match.
Yeah.
Because you do, like when you really creative, you do things that people be afraid to do or won't do.
Definitely.
It's about breaking the boundaries, pushing those boundaries and breaking those rules.
Yeah.
And that's how you get fire fits.
Right, definitely. Fire and exclusive.
That's the one, exclusive, for real.
No doubt.
But yeah, bro, we're going to jump into a couple current events. I definitely want to pick your brain about the Dwight Howard situation and how that's going on right now in the media. His sexuality coming into light. But okay, so what was it? The allegations of rape and sexual assault. But then I feel like people are more so getting away from the sexual assault thing
and just focusing on the sexuality. Yeah, which is crazy.
Like
it's crazy. So how I feel about the whole situation. So I touch on like the sexuality part first. So I just don't understand why everybody's like, oh, he just need to come out the closet. He needs to let people know. When you think about heterosexual people, they never have to go, they're not expected to go in the room and say, hey, my name is Michael and I'm heterosexual, I'm straight. You know what I mean? This is what me and my wife do in our bedroom. You know what I mean? But it's expected as LGBT people to come out and make this huge announcement to the world. Coming out of the closet. Why? Why do I owe that to you? Why does Dwight owe that to you?
And don't.
Why? Like, I really want to know, like, why? You know?
Exactly.
I feel like this. As long as you're not messing with kids and as long as it's consensual, have fun, please. You know what I mean? I'm tired of the expectations that are being put out there for LGBT people they just need to tell. He only needs to tell the people that he's intimate with. You know, and that's even if he wants to share that, because when heterosexual people date, or people date in general, when they go to dinner with this woman, they don't say, hey, this is all the people I had sex with in the past. And she don't say, hey, this is all the niggas I done screwed in the past. They don't discuss that. Your past is your past. What you've done in your bedroom, it's nobody's business. So even really, you don't even owe that to the person you are going to be intimate with. But if we want to say that, you know what I mean, well, at least I want to know what I'm getting into. Then of course maybe the wider other people, you know, may owe that to the person they intimate with. But the world or anybody else,
don't owe it.
Nobody owes that to you. So with that being said, now I said as long as you're not messing with kids and it's consensual, then go for it. But in this instance, you know, that if the allegations are true, which I take any sexual assault allegations very serious, and that's not cool. You know what I mean? Regardless of who you are, who you think you are, if it's not consensual, man, no means no. And I stand on that. So I do not now, hey, I'm with him as far as like when he said wherever he lay his wood is his business. But as far as the sexual assault, man, I can't rock with you on that.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean? And people are like, they're focused. They're not even worried about the sexual assault thing.
That's like, the most important.
That's the most important thing
for sure.
So you gotta start there, and sexuality is second.
Yeah, definitely.
And then it's like also another thing. All right, in the gay community, like you said, people expect gay people to make these announcements.
Yep.
Like I remember family members getting mad. Well, I wasn't mad that you was gay. I just was mad that you didn't tell me. Why the fuck do somebody got to tell you? And then maybe I wasn't ready. You don't push the envelope for somebody to tell you something that they not ready to tell you, no matter what it is.
Right.
Like I done heard that's the stupidest shit to me that people be saying, that I was just mad that you was hiding and you wouldn't tell me. So the fuck what? It's so much shit that you probably hide from your family. I mean, like, you don't tell me the people you sleep with, the dicks you suck, or none of that.
Exactly.
So like,
so give me the same.
Give me the same courtesy or respect.
It's weird. It's really, if you think about it, like on a deeper level, it's weird. Why do you even want to know what I'm doing in my bedroom?
Folks be so
Especially
infatuated.
Like family. Like, why do you want to know that? Why? So how's that conversation even gonna go?
Like,
we gonna sit here and we gonna discuss what I do in my bedroom? That's weird.
Exactly.
It's over weird.
Exactly. So it's like, and then men really kill me. Like one of my homeboys told me, look, we was talking about it last night. He was like, damn, like he was cool. That was my guy. Like now you talking, speaking of it, like he done something outside the sexual allegations, because he wasn't saying it like, oh, I can't mess with him because of sex. He's saying I can't mess with him now because he's gay or LGBTQ.
What does that have to do? Like, what does that have
like,
to
dang.
do? Like, I don't understand. What does that have to do with him as a person and
As
him as
his
a
talent.
basketball player? Like, what does that have to do?
Nothing
at all.
And that's right there is what people need to realize, that LGBTQ people don't come all in one package.
Nope.
Like they come in different shapes, sizes, colors.
Exactly.
And like basketball players, NBA players can be gay, NFL players can be gay, soccer players can
Hood
be gay.
niggas can be gay.
Hood niggas can
Drug dealers can be gay. I mean, yeah.
Hey.
They think that it has a look. You know,
like
and it doesn't,
and they be shitty when they can't pinpoint the look that they have in their head of the notion of what this gay man. I can tell, tell. But what if you can't?
You can't always tell.
Exactly.
I always use it because when that discussion comes up, it's always referring to guys. I can tell, man, because he had his nose pierced, or his pants be a little tight, or the nigga emotional or something like that. Like they always try to pick and pry, right? But when you think about lesbian women or bisexual women that are feminine presenting, they never say, "Oh, well, I can tell because she a little masculine," or "I can tell because she this." You know what I mean? There's so many lesbians or bisexual women that are feminine presenting, and they are, I mean,
you can't tell,
over feminine. Like they are, I mean, they're a heck of a woman. Nothing that they do is masculine. Like you will never be able to tell. So there's no look. It's the same for bisexual men, gay men. It's the exact same. Like I don't understand why people don't understand that. Like if a feminine female woman is a lesbian or bisexual and she has nothing that resembles a man or masculinity, why can't it be the same for a man? You know, he doesn't have to be feminine. He doesn't have to be, sassy, any of that. Like it's the same.
And they don't get, like you said, hood niggas can be gay too. Yeah. I mean, they are. Yeah. Like I'm telling you, you probably got a homeboy right now.
Yeah.
But and then that's another thing though, because like men cannot be who they truly are because of things like this.
Black men. Let's
black
specify.
Men. Yep.
Black
men cannot. I mean, look what he's going through. He's an NBA player, and his sexuality and who he sleeps with has nothing to do with him being a hell of a player.
Nope, not at all.
But now that his sexuality might not fit into the heterosexual norm, now you're gonna see how like people start trying to stray away from him, but he's still gonna be putting them points up.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it just goes to show you how the black community just cares about sexuality so much that they're not even touching on the sexual assault. But listen, what's crazy is if he was sexually assaulting a woman,
It would be way more publicized and
yep.
crazy. So that's crazy.
It is.
They wouldn't be
sad.
talking about them having sex or what I mean. Nothing. It wouldn't be none of that. It'd be like, oh damn, he canceled.
He
type
canceled
thing
because he sexually assaulted a woman, but because he sexually assaulted a man, they done swept that under the rug. That didn't even
way
really exist.
under the rug. And then you got to think about this. Where was this same energy like for R. Kelly?
Right.
When he was sleeping with these little girls, these kids, like no, there was not the same outpour and canceling and talking like he shouldn't be doing it. Nobody wanted, like, people still support him. So it's like, if y'all do this to Dwight Howard, why didn't y'all have that same energy for the next part for R. Kelly?
Because it's two black men or two men in general.
Yep.
That's why. Yeah. It's crazy.
Sad.
It's sad. I wouldn't, and I listen to, Dwight's response, and it's sad that we even feel inclined to even give a response. Like, why does he even have to respond? But even if he didn't respond, they would have had something to say about that, But I'm like this, man. I ain't responding to nothing.
Right, especially it's a whole case going on.
I don't owe you anything at all.
Nothing. Like, and you gonna keep your speculations or whatever you feel like it is, because it's really none of your business, especially when they are giving themselves to the world already as an entertainer, in sports and shit. So it's like, I ain't got to give you nothing else, especially not my bedroom.
It's crazy. It's just sad how, like you said, your homeboy said, it's crazy how like these dudes will respect, or not cancel a person, a child molester or a rapist, but they'd be quick to cancel, a bisexual man or gay man.
Yep,
that's
anything
crazy
gay.
to me. I know it's crazy. Like, I know so many dudes out here that hang with accused rapists and hang with accused
child molesters.
Child molesters. But hey, they draw the line if he gay.
That's crazy.
Or bisexual. That's because, in their mind too, man, a lot of heterosexual people think that if you are gay, lesbian, bisexual, you automatically like them. And
sweetie, that's not it. That could be the furthest from the truth.
Furthest thing from the truth, man.
You're
I'm
not
even thinking about you. I wouldn't find you attractive if in no way, shape, form, or fashion. Don't flatter yourself. So now I can see, in a situation where somebody has been disrespected, by somebody that's gay or bisexual or lesbian. Then I understand that. But hey, I'm not gonna stop hanging with somebody just because they gay or bisexual. Now, if they disrespected me or something like that, then okay.
Yeah.
But not just because what you do in your bedroom. I'm not in your bedroom. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I'm not like, your mind should not be going there.
Not at all. Why are you even thinking about me in my bedroom, homie?
Period.
If you my homie, why? Like bro said, he talking about, hey, he was my dude. Like, what he do in his bedroom don't affect you, man.
At all.
Or does it? That's the problem.
And then,
or does it?
Exactly. Or does it?
Because that's the only way that it's gonna be a problem. Now you feeling a little kind of way because you like, you know what I mean?
Yep. That's another thing about the Boosie shit, because Boosie always bringing up some homophobic shit. It's like, bro, why are you so pressed on this shit? And your daughter's gay.
Yeah, if you're secure in your sexuality, you should be able to be in the room.
I don't care what nobody else is doing, because it don't concern me
at all. Yeah,
like that's it. But y'all need to get some help. That's what it is. If what somebody else is doing in their bedroom concerns you more than whatever you doing in your bedroom, you might probably need to talk to somebody.
Yeah, seek therapy for sure.
For sure. So, bro, we was talking online the other day, and I think Deja brought up the conversation about we was talking about the ride. Yep, the ride wave and children. So Rod Wave came here to Indianapolis and he had a concert, and a lot of people took their kids. And people started complaining on Facebook afterwards, talking about basically why were people smoking in there while the kids was there. And then some people was like, well, Rod Wave music isn't for kids. So like, how you feel about that?
So shout out to Rod Wave, man.
Shout out Rod Wave.
Anybody that knows me, I'm a Rod Wave fan. to
I like
heart.
his music.
Hey, definitely. So I was definitely in attendance. So I kind of got mixed feelings on it. Now, when I'm speaking of children or kids being there, I'm not talking about the 7, 8-year-olds.
Right.
So let me just put that out there. I'm speaking of 14, 15, 14 and up, right?
Right.
Teenagers, right?
Like high school.
Like high school, you know what I mean? So disregard anything that I'm about to say. It has nothing to do with the 6, 7, 8-year-olds that was there.
Okay.
So as far as, grown people doing grown things while children is there, I can't speak on that again. I don't smoke or drink. So I don't know if it's okay, if it's not okay. I don't know. But it is, anytime you are somewhere and kids are allowed to be there, whether it's your home, a party, a bonfire, anywhere, the mall, anywhere that a kid is allowed, there may be some things going on that they shouldn't see or shouldn't be exposed of, right? Not just a concert, like I said, the mall, a barbecue. We've all been to barbecues or places where, you know what I mean, kids see some things that adults do, whether we agree with it or not. Come on now, it's the world we living in. You know what I'm saying? Now, back in the day, when adults was talking, kids knew to go in a certain room. You know, parents is smoking, drinking, or whatever, go in a certain different room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get that, but the people that were at the concert smoking or drinking, they probably didn't have their kids with them.
Right.
I don't feel like they should have been like, oh, it's kids here, let me not smoke, let me not drink. You know what I mean? They probably like, hey, my kids ain't here. I'm an adult. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These adults let their kids come to this function that they knew that adults was going to probably be there doing adult things. So, hey, I can't. So am I not supposed to enjoy myself because it's kids here?
Exactly.
Now, like I said, I don't smoke or drink, so I can't say what I would have done in that situation. But I feel like as an adult, hey, another adult let these kids come. So they, you know what I mean? Obviously, they don't mind. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I feel like, hey.
To each his own.
To each his own,
really?
you know?
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, like you said, high school and above, all right, cool. Because you kind of, your mind is already kind of like, maturing at that. But like as far as elementary, middle school, I just feel like that probably ain't an environment for them. Now, are they allowed to be, since they're there with you, then it's your responsibility to explain whatever activities are going on or shield, whatever you know what I mean? You brought them to an event where you knew that adults were going to be
doing
this music
things.
is explicit music, first of all. Like we know that. Rod Wave has parental advisory. So if you letting your child listen to that already, then you know that it's going to be very advanced. It's concert. So you need to be able to handle whatever come with that. Shit, Rod Wave probably started smoking on stage.
He didn't, but and then another thing, like I had, commented on your post when you just shared Deja's post. Also, so aside from the whole smoking and drinking and all that or whatever, I tap in on the second part that you said as far as his music. Like, it's his music's for kids. Again, I'm speaking of teenagers. So I feel like regardless of the music that your kids listen to, you should have a greater impact on your kids, that you need to instill in them that no matter what you hear, what you see, do not be a follower of any of it. You need to have a mind of your own, make decisions on your own. If you feel any type of way, then we can have this conversation about, if you got questions about whatever Rod Wave is rapping about. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, and of course, there is no handbook when it comes to parenting. Or this is how you're supposed to do this how you're supposed to do this. Hey, different tactics, different rules work for different kids, different parents. If it's not conducive for you, don't mean that it's not conducive for this household. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, regardless of what Rod Wave is rapping about, young boy, anybody, I mean, it can be a gospel artist. Regardless, you still have to, if you instill in your child's mind not to be a follower of any of it, it's just music, it's for entertainment only, then that should outweigh what Rod Wave is saying or whoever else is saying. That's just how that's just how I feel. They shouldn't be easily influenced. And I know kids is gonna be kids, and their mind is, shallow, but that's That's where it's a teaching moment.
That's
where you should come in and, totally, overpower what impact Rod Wave or anybody else has on them. You know what I mean? Because we all, as youngsters, man, we listened to some stuff, man.
Yeah, and the music was rough back then.
It was rough, man. And because I was never a follower and I was taught not to be a follower, man, I would listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yep.
Never smoked. I would listen to, 500 Degrees, Juvenile and them. I never went to, wanted to, sell crack. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It just come down to parenting.
It just come down to parenting. You know what I mean? So you have to stay in your child's ear, head, mind, you know what I'm saying? In their business and have that conversation, because also this is a teaching moment. If they are relating to Rod Wave and him speaking about when he was depressed, hey, this is a chance that you need to holler at your kid and be like, are you depressed? Have you ever expressed?
Or what does this make you? What does this music make you feel like?
Can you relate? You know, and that's a teaching moment. You know what I mean? So hey,
that's
to each his own.
And then not everything you listen to is the feeling that you are feeling. You just might like the beat.
You just like
okay, ooh,
because he a singing nigga. I love to hear that nigga sing. I love to hear him sing. But as an adult, of course, I can relate on probably a different level than, a kid. But too, the world is heavy. The world is hard, man. Some of these kids probably are depressed or, experiencing depression or having issues with showing emotions.
Social media has so much of an impact.
So much of an impact, man. Then you got these kids getting bullied for not having a Miri or Gucci or not having the latest iPhone. Right. So guess what? They might be in a room depressed. Exactly. They might be. So again, this is a teaching moment.
They gotta
Tell
go
me
through
why
stuff.
you relate to Rod Wave so much. You know what I mean? Tell me.
They got to go through things that we just didn't have to go through
at all.
Like bullying was way different back in the day than what it is now.
Yeah, for real.
And I don't condone no bullying. I pray to God, like, people are able to get through that situation, or like the parents are able to teach their child how to speak up, or just hold their own. But like bullying back then, I feel like the rate of suicide and stuff like that, it was way lower.
Way lower. Yeah.
And I wonder, I really wonder
they're under
what caused
these kids is under these teenagers is under a lot of pressure.
Is it parenting? Is it?
It's not even this. It's we could say parenting to a certain degree, like because I just referenced in this, good teaching moments and stay in your parents' ear and stuff like that. However, it's like with social media, it's the influence that it has as far as the value. These teenagers are not feeling like they have a lot of value because if they don't have the latest iPhone, if they don't have a Miri outfits and Gucci shoes,
so their parents might not even be able to.
It's so in that sense, it's not even the parents' fault. You know what I mean? Because even if they are financially able to, as a parent, I'm not buying you no Miri. I'm not buying you no Gucci.
Nah.
You need to know your value. It's way beyond that. You know what I'm saying? You can't base your value on it. And then not only that, why do you feel that you have to wear what these celebrities is wearing? They're millionaires.
Exactly.
Why do you even feel that you even have to?
Do we do that?
No, not at all. Not at all. And I'm an adult and I don't do it. And I can afford it. Like I don't do it. So again, these are teaching moments with your kids to have that hey, it takes a time. Hey, this is the time. Have that conversation. Let me sit down. Let me tell you who you are and what you are, even though you don't have this or you don't have that. These are teaching moments.
I'm so glad that I don't gotta be a kid in high school at this day and age.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like, damn, like, back in the day, to be cool, of course we wanted to wear some of the latest stuff. All we needed was some Allen Iversons, some Jordans, maybe. Shit that was obtainable. Now these kids want shit that's not even obtainable.
At all.
Like to the average working mom.
And they're going to great measures to obtain these things. So again, parents, these is teaching moments. You know what I mean? Because you got a lot of kids out here, a lot of these murders, a lot of these, literally it's because they're robbing, they're scamming, because they are trying to obtain these things and keep up because they think that their lives is
They're
a
lacking.
value of, you know, what they have. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they feel less of themselves if they don't have these things. So again, these is teaching
Then
moments, you know what I mean?
that's a never ending cycle, because it's a
Yeah.
hole you're never gonna be able to fill. Because
Yeah.
once you get this shirt, or once you get these shoes, or once
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get this chain, or whatever the hell, you're gonna be searching, you're gonna be on to the next one, because that wave, you didn't already missed that wave by the time you got
So
that.
yes.
You know
you
what I
need to
mean?
let them know they happiness and, you know what I mean, value is within.
But then even still, shit, take it away from the kids. Adults is on that.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. And that's a whole that yeah.
Like you got
Yeah.
you got people living false realities here on the internet.
On social media, you can be whoever you want to be.
Then you
Yep.
got people really trying to make their reality match up to somebody else's reality on fucking Instagram or TikTok or wherever. And then like you can't keep up with people. Literally want to keep up with rappers, and then like you
Yep.
looking to see, okay, then boom, they doing this, they doing, and half the time they not even really doing what they
They ain't
trying to
even-
portray on the
Nope.
internet.
So you following a false you follow you following something that's not even real.
Like, what?
Yeah, like a false narrative.
That's I feel I really that so that we're gonna go ahead and jump into the put it in the air segment, because that makes me feel like, all right, boom, dating, we gonna pop it up, dating now versus dating then. So we gonna put this in the air. Okay, so back in the day, dating I feel like was way more easier. What you think? Do you think dating now versus dating back in the day is it's a tremendous difference?
Oh, a huge difference, and I'm just so happy, and I know you are too, man. I'm happy I ain't out in the you know what I mean, dating world. Shout out to my leading lady,
Man.
for real.
For real. Like, I'm so glad that I don't gotta be in the streets no more, because women, okay, I feel like social media, do you feel like social media has a heavy influence on the dating scene?
Yeah, for the majority. Me, no, but for the majority, yeah. Because I mean, again, that pressure, you know, that I was just talking about with the kids. It's like you said, it's the same with the adults, because you know how you get this whole conversation about, oh, you can't take on the first date. I'm not going to Cheesecake Factory Fridays and all that.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
It's crazy. So it's the pressure. So now, guess what? You like, oh man, dang, I can't even take little shorty on a date yet. You know, I gotta wait till I get paid.
I gotta come
because, you know what I'm saying?
hard.
'Cause I gotta come hard, because the internet said that I can't take, you know what I mean, shorty to the Cheesecake Factory.
But
you know,
that mean-
and then not only that, you know, also I think it has a big influence because, again, on Instagram, on the internet, you can be whoever,
Yeah.
you know, so you have these relationships, these celebrity relationships that, you know, people are trying to mimic. Oh, well, Offset just did this for Cardi, or, you know what I mean, this
Yeah.
and that, you know what I mean? So you have a lot of people, oh, that's relationship goals, not even knowing what goes on in their household.
Oh, they
You know
broke
what I
up.
mean?
Yeah, they
You know what I
broke
mean?
up.
So, you know, you the relationship, you know, dating out here is, you know, you're following a false narrative, you know, because and you're putting expectations on these females or whatever, these guys that you dating, because you are watching to see what these celebrities doing or what these popular couples is doing. So now you're forced to, you know, do what they're doing, you know what I mean, or do it in a similar manner, you know.
Yeah.
So when you dating, you like, hey, well, shoot.
Or-
So took, you know what I mean, they lady, you know what I mean, here for the first
Or
day, so
the
I gotta
women,
do this, or
they gotta look a certain way.
exactly,
Because
definitely.
the women on Instagram, or the celebrity women, all right, boom,
Yeah.
they got their bodies
They
done.
got-
So
yeah.
now you looking for an average woman who might not have $10,000 to take and go get her body done. Now you putting that on an average working mom.
right, yeah.
That's that.
Yeah,
that-
so it definitely has a lot of influence when it comes to dating
'Cause
and dating
back
and
in the day,
relationships.
Cheesecake Factory. I mean that's cool.
Ah, yeah, that's cool. It doesn't. It honestly, you know what I mean. It doesn't matter where the first date is. In my opinion, you know, honestly, if you really want to know, I think anywhere out to eat is a horrible first date. You can't even have you know what I mean, a good conversation. For one, your mouth is full of food. For two, you know, she gonna sneak and try to chew. She gonna like eat cute, so she really can't talk
'Cause
and
she don't
eat
really know
cute. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, so how can y'all even get to know each other like that and have, you know, a conversation that's worthy of if I'm gonna even take you on another date. You know what I mean? When your mouth is full, she trying to eat cute. You know what I mean? Like that's actually a horrible first date if you ask me. So
I feel
any
like
restaurant, whether it's Prime 47, Fridays, that's a horrible date.
I feel where you're going with that. I definitely, that makes sense too. Going out to eat as a first date, that kind of, especially like you said, she don't want to eat in front of you like that. She don't want to eat too much.
Yeah, right,
So,
exactly.
But like, even if you do go out to eat, I just feel like the price of of course you ain't gonna go to McDonald's, or even if you do, like, I feel like it's somebody too, and if you really like somebody, you just want to go somewhere and be in their company.
That's it. It's really, the thoughtful stuff is really.
So if you like somebody,
I'm gonna take, you know what I mean, somebody that I'm interested in, that I'm dating. You know, I wanna do something that the next nigga ain't never did.
Yeah,
I'm sure she
to
done been to St. Elmo's or Sullivan's or Prime 47. Hey, I ain't even gonna be on the same type of time. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna, do something,
So like, okay,
uniquely.
What's a cool first date? Like you said, not out to eat. What's a cool first date? What you think?
Depends on the weather, but I'm more of a art museum, type of guy. If it's in the wintertime, I'm gonna take you to the art museum. Let's walk around. Let's talk. You can learn a lot by conversation, by how they react to certain things. Art pieces, because I like a woman of a certain caliber. You know what I'm saying? So and then like I think if it's summertime, hey, let's do a picnic. Let's do a picnic. Let's whether it's the canal, whether it's wherever it's at, you know what I mean, nice scenery, you know what I mean. That way we can talk. I can bring you wine, some some hors d'oeuvres, whatever, but we can have a great intimate conversation.
Right.
Like I like conversation, and literally I can tell within the first conversations what this is gonna be.
Right.
And I can't have that at at a restaurant. So what you think first? You know what I mean? First date.
I love like creative things. Like you said, and I'm always trying to do something like that I feel like you probably never done before. So like I'm a pottery type of person. Let's go do pottery. Let's go. We can do the paint and sit. It's this little place like over that we made that together. That sign on that picture on the wall. We made that together.
And then that's something that y'all can have.
So we went to Carmel and we picked out the type of wood we wanted and the colors and whatever it was we was gonna make. So she made one, I made one, but that's a good little, you know what I mean?
That's a great,
so stuff like that, like I like to do just like creative things, and then being able to talk, like you said, things that get you out your element too.
Definitely.
Like, like, so you don't want to be, cause I mean, it'll be more like, all right, this is same old things that I want to see how you react to something that you ain't never done before.
Right,
it's different. Are you open to, or are you like, oh, that's lame?
Right,
like, you know what I mean? Like you said, a woman of a certain caliber. I don't want nobody that's too cool to do shit.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't like that too cool for school stuff, because it's like, damn, we ain't gonna never have no fun.
Right, at all.
Cause like then you going off the wave and trends and stuff like that. So where did you your fiance, you remember y'all first date? Where'd you take her?
So we had a couple dates, but I guess maybe like the first one that I guess that I can really say like, this was the art museum.
Okay.
So we went to the art museum, and what's crazy, speaking of spinning a bag or whatever on the first date. So like I said, this was like we went to the movies before this, and I think we had went like to a boxing match, but that wasn't like really, that really wasn't like because we wasn't able to talk in the movies. We wasn't able to talk in the boxing,
Right.
So those was like kind of unofficial dates, but like the first date would be the art museum, and just going back to what I said, like how talking about spinning the bag on the first date. So I don't know if y'all know, but the art museum is free. On like the first Thursday,
and that's still still able to
so it's free. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it was her suggestion to go, and I'm like, I could, what I mean? We ain't got to go on the first Thursday. You know what I mean? Like it's, what I mean? She like, it's free. Why not?
It don't matter
so
to her.
Let me know right there. You know what I mean? That it ain't even about
it don't
money.
matter to her.
You know what I'm saying? So that she had one up on anybody else. You know what I mean? Because she like, we can go on a Thursday. I ain't tripping. It's free. You know. So again, that's why it doesn't matter if the first date you spend $300, $400, $500 or free. You know what I mean?
And that lets you know right there,
because she got a
kind
ring.
of woman
You know what I'm
she
saying?
is, right?
Exactly.
Because
you know
you
what I
got
mean?
women out
She
here
got a
clocking
ring.
your pockets, trying to figure out, you taking me somewhere free?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
but like
and she suggested it because I was like, baby, we ain't gotta, you know what I mean? We ain't gotta go on the Thursday when it's free. She like, nah, that's, you know what I mean? That's cool.
And then it's like, are you trying to enjoy yourself, or are you trying to just spend my money?
Yep, exactly. So, and I don't see how these guys or women, whoever, don't feel that. If the female on the first date wants you to spend a bag, like, what does that prove? What does that solidify?
It's an ego thing.
Yeah, like what does that mean to the woman? Like, does that mean that he's really into you? This is gonna go further. Like, what does that mean other than
what
he
do you
is
get out of
financially
it?
stable enough? And he might not even be. He might not borrow some money.
Nope.
He or she might not borrow some money.
That don't
from the
mean
homie.
nobody
So
financially
that don't mean that
stable.
that they even financially stable. So again, what does that solidify? What does it
Exactly.
mean? Where was your first date?
Me and Bae, we was friends first.
Okay.
So like I'm trying to think. Did we go like we went a lot of places? Date. Let me see. What was our first?
The first one that
where we
stood
was like,
out
all right,
to you.
because we was locked in. We was friends, and then we transitioned out of the friend phase. So it's like, okay, now we dating.
Okay.
We went to this place, and it's like in another town here.
Okay.
And we went like tubing, like where you can get on the hill with the little
Okay.
and so it was like in the wintertime. So yeah, we went skiing and
That's
tubing
dope.
and
That's
stuff
dope.
like that. So then after that, we was like, I picked that out for a date, and then she was like, we got into this thing where we was trying to, all right, boom, you took me here, and now I'm gonna get I'm about to take you somewhere. You gonna really. So then we went pottery making, and it's just
That's a
like,
vibe.
yeah. So we was on like 51st dates type thing. We was on our like
Okay.
different type little dates, and I'm like, that's when she like started looking into different things that we
Right,
could do.
right,
So
right.
she found a place that like help you cook. Like it's like a cooking class.
Okay.
People come in there and they pay, and then they teach you how to like make a whole rest. So people and their wives was there, or their friends
dope,
might have
that's dope.
came.
Yeah.
It's downtown on Mass
I'm
Ave.
about to check that out.
Yeah, it was really nice. We made pizza from scratch.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's dope. That's dope.
So yeah, it was.
And she got a ring, so you
Yep.
know what I mean. Hey,
Exactly.
look,
It
you
wasn't
ain't-
about the
it's
money.
not about the money. Yeah,
Like the one, like I feel
it's
like
the thoughtful.
Yeah,
it's
I feel like the
thoughtful,
ones
it's the
you spend,
experience.
like where you gotta do that spend money, show, flex thing, it don't last.
Nah, I mean, cause you already
Cause you
in it.
worry more about flexing.
Yeah, you already in it for for the wrong
Yup.
reasons, But the thing is, you can't blame the woman because it's like, if this is what y'all showed me in the beginning, that
Yup.
it's just money, then you can't be mad when that's
what
all I
be-
want,
yup.
or
That's what I be telling
you can't
dudes.
really, don't introduce her to something that you are not gonna be able to maintain. So you
Exactly.
can't really blame the female, so don't get mad if, hey, you done took her and spent $400, $500 on the first
Exactly.
date, but then now she only hit you up when,
Then you
she
talking
want a
about
new
something,
lace
she a
front
gold
wig or a
digger.
bag, or
she
what I'm saying?
only
Yeah.
want me for my money.
Right.
But the
Hey.
thing, like you said, the thing is you led with
You
your
led
money.
with your money, exactly.
And then I
exactly.
feel like that's a cop out. That show right there. If you leading with money, or you trying to pay this, you trying to flex, that mean you ain't really got no like, you don't got no personality.
Yeah, you ain't got
You
nothing
don't
else
got
to
no
offer.
like, you
Yeah,
can't really.
yeah.
You feel like this the only way you gonna be able to get her versus having a conversation with her. You had to lead with, all right, boom, I'm gonna pay for all y'all, or
Right,
boom,
right,
I'm
exactly.
gonna do
Yeah.
this. You had to lead with your pockets
Yeah,
because
yep.
your personality
So
wasn't
don't be
good
mad
enough.
when all she love is your pockets.
Exactly. You can't be and then don't be talking shit about, oh, she's a gold digger, she's this,
yep,
she's
yep.
that. When men always say this about women, how bitches always want money, this and this and this and that. Nobody. That's you.
Yep.
Now that because I feel like if you know that, but men don't be trying to be serious anyway. I feel like a lot of the times they don't really be wanting to be serious from jump. So that's why the money thing comes into play. Because if you really want to be serious with somebody, then you know this ain't gonna be the woman for you. Because she don't got no substance.
Right, exactly. But I don't know. Some men and women, they go for that though. That's what they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what they like. You know, we like a certain caliber of women, but everybody don't.
I can't
you know
do
what
no
I mean?
superficial ass woman.
Yeah,
man.
nah.
I can't.
Not at all.
Cause I'm into clothes, so I'm already you know, I ain't gonna say materialistic, but that's my thing. People got their things where they collect these things, they do this and that. I'm into clothes and stuff like that. So if you got a super like, and it's not mean that I'm superficial or anything, but like a chick, I don't need no chick that can't see outside of certain things.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have this, gotta have that, gotta have this, gotta have that, and that's all you worried about.
Right. Yeah.
You're not happy if you don't have these things.
Right. You base your
can't do
value
that.
off of those things. Yeah.
And then like, what are you doing for the world outside of things that that the internet don't see you doing?
Right.
Cause everything, I can't have no chick that I gotta get a pic. Let me get a pic. Before we do anything, you gotta show the world before we even experience it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Like that's another thing about this dating world nowadays. Cause like you can't go on a date with a chick without her pulling her phone out, want to share y'all's date.
Could have had a horrible time, but
Yeah.
you went, but the world ain't gonna know.
No,
You
they
know
gonna
what I'm
say,
saying?
"Oh, you went to a high-ass restaurant."
Yep. He
And-
could have been on his phone the whole time, not even paying you no attention.
Yup.
Could have ran out on the bill, but you got this picture. You know what I mean? Hey, again.
You coulda ran out on the
I'm-
bill.
For real, I'm telling you. Hey, on
Swear to
social
God.
media, you can be whoever you want to be. You know what I
Swear.
mean? Yeah.
And-
because guess what? Now she posting that picture because she putting fire up under the nest nigga. Cause she like, hey, bro, done took me to, you know what I mean?
Yep.
St. Elmo's. I got a picture to
I
prove
feel like
it.
that's women's game too.
So what you gonna do? You know what I mean?
'Cause these niggas
now
be
you
like-
gotta take me to Sullivan's
Yep.
or Prime 47.
You gotta
because,
one up the
hey,
next
you gotta
nigga.
exactly.
That's
Yep.
but that's games that women play too with dudes. Cause I've noticed a lot with women now, especially like my friends. I feel like a lot of my feminine presenting, they like heterosexual friends. The dudes that don't spend the most and spend money are the ones that they actually be in relationships with.
Yep.
The tricks and the ones that like always spend, they don't even really like them.
Nope.
They don't end
Not
up
at
being
all.
with them. They, they may or may not, sleep with them or not, but they don't like them.
Nah, not at all.
They don't like them. Them dudes never like. The dude that don't spend the money is the one that she be nuts about.
Yep.
Nuts.
That's real.
So don't spend the money.
Right.
If you like her,
Don't lead. At least don't lead with money. You know what I mean? Don't
can't.
lead with that. Hey, I want somebody. I want the woman to like me for me, not my money.
Exactly.
Not what I can do for you.
exactly, and you won't know that if you don't like
Yeah.
sit down and talk with a lot of these. They ain't got no conversation.
Right. Exactly.
No conversation.
Yeah.
So, you engaged, right?
Yeah. For
You
sure.
engaged.
For sure.
Tell me about that process, bro. Like, what was the engagement process like?
So I think one of the things you had said is how did I know? So let's start with that.
Yeah,
Let's start with that. So I met Ivory. Shout out to my leading lady.
Hey,
I'ma always
shout
shout
out
her
to
out. I met Ivory a couple months out after my divorce.
Okay.
So I wasn't ready for no relationship. I wasn't ready for no love. None of that. I was bitter. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I was so transparent with Ivory, when I met her. Hey, I'm not looking for love. I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm fresh out of divorce. I'm gonna be juggling you and about 6 other women. She like, cool.
All right.
I'm gonna be juggling you and about 6 other niggas. You know what I mean? I'm like, cool. I can't be mad. She can't be mad. We had an understanding,
Right.
But the transparency, it goes a long way. You know what I'm saying?
Got to.
Definitely, it goes a long way.
Got to.
I wasn't dishonest with her. She wasn't dishonest with me. She let me know what it is. I let her know what it is, and it worked for us. You know what I mean? So we did that. So we actually dated for about 2 years, and we've been in a relationship for 4. So we've been dealing with each other for 6 years now. So within the first 2 years of dating, she was doing her thing, I was doing my thing. But even though I was juggling, about 5, 6 other different women, Ivory always stood out to me.
Yeah.
So really, I knew then without even knowing
That I really-
honestly. I would tell my people like, man, that had like I ain't trying to be in a relationship, and I don't want no love, but Ivory, she is literally, I would quote this. I would like, Ivory is literally, if I could go into Build-A-Bear and build a woman, Ivory literally would be what I would build. I mean, from her dark skin to her not having kids, to her body, to her career,
Come on now.
to the way she loved me, just even before she loved me, the affection, you know what I mean? Just the attention, the extreme she went through. You know what I'm saying? So I really kind of knew then. I'm like, man,
you was trying to fight it.
This is a good woman,
You
but
was fighting it.
I had to, bro, because I
wasn't
wasn't
ready.
ready. You know what I'm saying? I was fresh out of something. You know what I mean? But I'm like,
You still had to heal.
I had to heal, bro. You know what I mean? I didn't, a lot of times, in relationships, man, we carry on that baggage, that hurt, that confusion, the infidelity,
project.
We project, we do all that in the new. So I didn't want to do that at all.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't ready. But, I'm a firm believer. What's always meant to be will find its way. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first time that I knew that she was the one. But, I kind of ignored that. I really couldn't play on that. You know what I mean? So how we transitioned from dating to like being exclusive after like a year and a half kicking it, because I knew she would come tell me these dates she went on with these guys, he lying, he this, or he may be a good catch, and vice versa. We did a lot of pillow talking. And it was this particular guy, I won't say no names or nothing like that. Me and Ivory was in the car, and before, when she would tell me like, oh, he took me to Kings Island, I'm like, oh, for real? Oh, that's cool.
That sound
whatever,
fun.
that sound fun. I'll be cool with it. So Ivory was taking me somewhere, and we was in the car. Mind you, this is like a year and a half of it's dating. Mind you, she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, and we hook up when we hook up. You know what I mean? So you know how the phone be connected to the car, right?
Yep.
So she ended up getting a call or whatever while I was in the car, in which that would happen all the time. We chilling, This time my stomach was in knots, and I'm like,
oh shit,
hold on, like, you know what I mean? What's going on here? We done talked about this guy, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on? So we a year and a half in, you know what I mean? So, I get the feeling. So, you know what I mean? She ended up leaving because I kind of got mad. So I called her. I'm like, hey, you want to go exclusive? You know what I'm saying? You ready to go exclusive? You know what I mean? Like, meaning we just date each other. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I need you to cut them out.
I need you to cut them out. You know what I mean? So she was like, okay, you know what I mean? She was like, all right. She was feeling it, right? So, like I said, it's about a year and a half in. So she was feeling it. She like, all right. But she was like, start being distant. I'm like, what's up? I thought we said we gonna be exclusive. Like, what's up with the distance? It took her a long time, man, to tell me. But she ended up really liking somebody or gonna give this guy a chance. You know what I'm saying? She like, I'm about to give him a chance. He's offering me what you are not.
Ooh.
And though I respect it, I don't want to miss out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fair game. I feel it. Thanks for being honest. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I ain't going to allow you to do is talk to me and him. So since you chose him, go have your fun. Go do whatever. I wish you all the luck. If it's meant to be, it'll find its way. I dipped out, went and let her do her thing.
Damn.
About 4 or 5 months later, she's on my line.
Damn.
She ain't just come out and tell me it didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
So, it's there.
Yeah, I let her slide back because, again, what's meant to be will always find its way.
Exactly.
So we like 2 years in now of the dating. So we like bet we gonna be exclusive. You know what I mean? So a little bit after the 2 years, mind you, we was familiar with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because dating for 2 years, we really got to know each other.
Right.
So we had a rough couple years, you know what I mean? Well, once we got past that, and even through that, man, I knew she was the one because Ivory truly loves me naked. And when I say naked, I don't mean in a physical sense, you know what I mean? Of me being without clothes. I mean just me being who I am. It doesn't have nothing to do with my career, my looks, any of that. What I can do for her, it's literally me. My heart, my soul, me as a person. You know what I mean? This woman loves me.
I can't wait to hear these vows.
Yeah, like, I mean, she truly, like, and it's like, I feel like I got chills, no cap, just talking about it. And it's
unconditional.
It's like, it's even beyond unconditional. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's gonna support me. If I say I want to be a butterfly, bro, this woman is gonna love me and she gonna get a butterfly costume. I ain't about to be a butterfly, but I'm just, you know what I mean? They like, hold on, this nigga's about to be a butterfly. You know what I mean? You know how rumors start, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, this woman truly adores me. Like, sometimes I'm like, dad, does she love me more than I love me? You know what I mean? She truly loves me naked, man. And I just, she sees beyond, you know, the gender and, you know, things like that. Like this, I honestly, I feel so comfortable with her. Like, I'm like, dang, I can just be me or who I, and even when I don't know who I am or who I'm not, you know, because we have those moments, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? She loves that, you know what I mean? So with that being said, like, how can you not, like, she makes me love her, like, so much. How can she not be the one? How can I not spend the rest of my life with her? So that's how I knew, like, man, I do not want to go on, you know, with life, whether, you know, the rest of my life is a year or 60 years. I don't want to go on life without, you know what I mean, without her. So, hey, I popped the question, you know, and I knew she was the one, the way that she loved me naked. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire.
I'm so used to people loving me, you know, with conditions or how I look or how I dress or what I can do for them or my car. Or, you know what I'm saying? Love me for me, because you can't say where you going. You can say where you being, but you can't say where you going. So what if I don't have these things? You know what I'm saying? So is this person still going to love me? So I know, you know what I mean, that she's still going to love me. So, you know. So.
You know, that's so hard to find these days.
Man.
Like a person just being real too. Cause like all these facades are up, you know what I mean? Everybody's trying to put on this poker face or trying to do this. So then it takes you a while to even really get the real person. Cause you might think that you about to talk to this type of person if you like, cause they're one way, you know, online or they're one way to the world. But then when you get to really pulling them layers back,
man,
it's like, I don't even, this ain't who I.
Right.
Yeah, this
I don't even know you. Yeah.
So it's like it takes so much to really find somebody like that these days. And when you do, people think, hey, cause they ain't gonna come, it don't come around, keep coming around.
Oh no.
Like
not
outside ain't got shit out. It's nothing outside.
At all.
I'm telling you.
But headaches.
Exactly. Cause all the good women are somebody better have got a hold, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm telling you. And if they single, they're not gonna be single for long.
Right, exactly. You better, if you got one, you better lock in.
Lock in. So boom, you knew she was the one from that point. You popped the question.
Yeah.
What was like? Okay, so when you popped the question, like, all right, so what was it like? Like, all right, boom, you went. Did you go look for rings, or did you just like, I'm gonna choose this location? What made you do it in the way that you did it?
Right. So I knew anything I did, Ivory was gonna be shocked, because about being transparent, I always told her I would never get married again. I've been married before, divorced. Like I said, I met her after my divorce. So I always told her, like, listen, I want to be honest with you, and I'll never get married again.
Damn.
Not because of my past marriage, because my past marriage wasn't bad. It was infidelity. I cheated, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? I wasn't scarred or scorned from marriage. I didn't get my heart broke or anything like that. But the reason why I said I would never get married again is because I read this book called The Power of Now. Y'all should check it out. Really deep book. And in the book, it talks about how subconsciously we always think about the future and the past. Even if you sitting there, we sitting here and we hear a song, we like, dang, I remember the song, man, back in the day, man. I went to a football game after high school, this song came on, and you know what I mean? We're always subconsciously thinking about the past or the future. Even if we sitting here talking, we like, dang, what we gonna cook for dinner later? You know what I mean? Like, we always subconsciously think about the past or the future, right? We never think about the moment, right? So I'm like, man, I'm gonna start living my life from here on out in the moment, right? So I'm like, hey, if I'm living in the moment I can't think about the future or the past, then marriage is a fairy tale, right?
Right.
Because I'm like, the day that you say your vows, you feel like that at that moment, right? Who's to say you're gonna feel like that in 5 years, 10 years? If I say I'm craving tacos today, bro, that don't mean I want tacos every day for the rest of my life, right?
Yep.
So I felt like, man, marriage is a fairy tale. We don't say fairy tale. We don't say forever to nothing else in this world.
Yep.
We don't say forever to literally nothing. We jobs, cars, clothes. We don't say forever to nothing. Only to marriage, right? And I'm like, man, that's not really. It's not really reality, like I said, because that's how I feel at that moment. I don't know how I'm gonna feel in 5, 10 years. But as I was reciting that, I'm thinking, like, I'm like, Schelbi, Dad, you kind of contradicting yourself, because if you saying you want to live in the moment and you're not thinking about the future, then it doesn't matter what comes in 5, 10 years. If you feel like this moment, then this is all that matters. And I felt like at that moment,
That's what I wanted.
That's what I wanted. You know what I mean? And so that let me know, like, hey, I'm ready. This moment, I want to propose. This moment, I want to spend the rest of my life with her. So this is what I'm going to do. So planning came like shortly after that. And I picked the ring myself. You know, I tried to get her input, but it wasn't working, you know what I mean? Because I didn't want her to know.
You didn't want to spoil it.
Yeah, I didn't want to spoil it, you know. But you know, you just like, I'm sure you know your woman. You know what I mean? Know your people, know your person.
You got to know your woman.
So I knew what she would like. You know, even if I got her a ring out the bubblegum machine, she was going. So I picked the ring, and I was thinking about the you know, location where I'm gonna propose. You know, and I was thinking like, dang, where can I take her that, one, she's never been. Two, somewhere that we've talked about, so it won't just be like, oh, well, why are we just going to go? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of chose.
So it wouldn't just seem out the way and shit.
Yeah. So that's how I kind of, you know, chose it, because, you know, we always do different type of, you know, exclusive dates. Things like that.
So she thought it was a regular date.
She just thought it was just like a regular date.
That's
you know, I kind of, you know, got some people in town, her people, my people, and kind of, and I did it Black Expo weekend, so she wouldn't be like, well, why is my sister in town? Why
we coming for
your sister in
Expo?
town? They coming for Expo. You know what I mean? So, that's how it happened, man. So I just told her, hey, my homie was supposed to be flying here from DC, him and his girl, and I'm like, he done looked some stuff up. He looked up a helicopter, you know what I mean? Like, so he want to do that, you know what I mean?
Tight.
So he want to do that. So she's like, all right, you know what I mean? Well, we can do that. You know, what's the information? I'm like, babe, we already done paid for it. Don't worry about it. Well, my homie really never was gonna fly with us, but he was gonna fly here, but his flight got canceled, right? So she like, well, we don't have to go no more. I'm like, nah, babe, we already done paid. We gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So we went, and that's how I popped the question. It was perfect.
That's fire. That you thought that out good.
Yeah, definitely. Because you got to know your person. You know what I mean? And then like when I asked her, like, once I proposed, I'm like, babe, did you have any inkling? Did you have any idea? She was like, well, no, but I kind of did when, you know, I grabbed your phone and got on the internet to get something, and she seen I had up that I was ring shopping. But she said she thought it was just an ad or something. She like, you know, he said he don't want to get married, so I know this can't be that. But I'm sure she snoozed a little bit, you know what I mean? But yeah, so she said she didn't know, but that was the only thing that I kind of, you know what I mean, I guess I kind of slacked on. But hey, she has all right to get in my phone, do whatever. So you know what I mean? She got full access. So hey.
Man, I had
so how was it for you? Like, how you know that she was the one? And then engagement and stuff like that.
We was like best friends, bro. We met during protesting during 2020.
All right.
And we was like best friends and kicking it and hanging out. She would talk to me about her guys, and and I would give her advice, and I would hang out sometimes with her and her dude. And then I would talk to her about my girls, and she'll give me advice and stuff like that. And
shout out to being a good listener,
man, for real. And then like she would like anytime I would hit her up, like as a friend, like she would just always be there for me and stuff like that. Like she was a great friend. So and then we just like always wanted to hang out and be around each other. Then one day I think we had came back after our birthdays. We 4 days apart. We went to Tennessee, and I don't know. It was just like something in me. Because matter of fact, rewind. Before we went to Tennessee, I had a birthday dinner, and I was telling all jokingly, I'm like telling my friends, like, if Kyra was gay, then we would be together and stuff like that. We would be together because we just like hanging. We was just like we you know, fit together and stuff.
Manifestation.
So, yep. So then we come back from we go to Tennessee, we on this little ride or whatever, right? And she's driving a little buggy. We shared the buggy together, like the ones you go through the mud with and stuff. So you got to partner up. And she was like my partner or whatever. So she's driving, and I think I started like looking over at her like, but I didn't really know, like, it was something different about me looking over at her, like, okay, we going through I'm looking at her, I'm like, okay. So then we get back from the trip. We just spent like 3-4 days together, and we get back from the trip, and she goes and drops her stuff off. She drops me off. I gotta go make a run. Then we get like, she comes right back. It's like, damn, we just was with each other. She didn't want to leave. I didn't want to. So we hang back. She come to my house. Boom. I'm like, I think I might like, I don't know what's going on. So she wasn't gay though. So then after I'm like, all right, boom, I like her. I'm finna start shooting my shot. I had to go through the, I'm not gay. And But then she was giving me friction. But then she was still like, once you, if you're not gay and a gay person keeps shooting at you, you gonna be like, all right, I'm not hanging out. Keep coming. She was still coming over every day. And then she started calling me in the morning when she woke up and just different things. Then it'd be like, it's 2 hours that went by, you calling me. Like it would be 2.5, 3 hours. You had to at least hear from me in some kind of way. So I'm like, oh yeah, she's liking me, but she just kind of on the fence. So, but I knew that she was the one though, because like she's just so selfless. Like as a person, as a person, like, and then being around her, like I always make me want to bring the better side of myself out, like just be the best version of me for me and to other people. Like want me to, like, she just is a great person and is always so giving and careful and helpful, and like I just never met nobody that was like so selfless and kind. Like kind, like when people are kind, you can be nice. Kind and nice are different. And like when you are kind, like that's something in your spirit and in your heart and soul. So like she just always made me want to be a better person and like not like, you know, when you don't want to disappoint somebody, like when you, it's like, damn, I don't want to be this way because she's gonna be like disappointed in me, or she's gonna think of me different and stuff like that. So I'm like, I love her. I like,
shout out to Kyra.
Shout out to Kyra for sure. And then like we was just like good friends. She's dependable, and like you just don't find these type of people no more, especially like, you know, in a world we live in. It's like you just don't find
genuineness is
genuine
rare,
people.
Like,
bro.
genuineness is rare, man, and it's really sad because it is rare.
It's like, damn, like somebody trying to get over on you. Somebody trying to finesse you. Somebody like,
it's
you know,
always a hidden agenda.
So you cannot, like, it's like once you find that person, you better lock in.
Got to.
Because I'm telling you, it's not going to be too much more, you know, out there.
No. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, we can't even blame the women for being like that. It's because a lot of them is so scarred and scorned. They feel like they have, like, you know what I mean? They got to be savages now. You know, they got to be like, hey, man, I'm about to play this nigga. I'm about to do this. Because I'm not letting my guard down no more. I'm not about to be vulnerable no more because I'm tired of, you know, these people playing with me, you know? So these women are not allowed to be in their soft era. You know, they got to be hard body because they like, I refuse to keep getting dogged.
Getting ran over.
I refuse to, you know what I mean, keep getting used or mistreated. So they like, hey, I got to put on, you know what I mean? I got to do what I got to do. So, shout out to, you know, our women for being able to be in their soft era and, you know, navigating
And
and
being
you know,
their true
vulnerable
self,
and being, you
yeah.
know, they true self and genuine and
'Cause
kind.
living
in
in
spite
this,
of all
yeah,
they've been through. You know
in
what I mean?
spite of all they've been through, and in spite of a world right now that is changing and going into a direction that is not necessarily for the best as far as mankind and being a good person. So shout out to them for being able to still stick through and be themselves.
For sure.
Because not letting the world change them and make them like a hard.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. For real. Because
it's like it's hard.
it is. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, for sure.
But what I was getting ready to say, so with the engagement process, like I was like, it was hard. It was rough because we was together, right, dating. We started dating, being together, and then her mom passed.
Oh man, rest in peace, mom.
So and I was like, rest in peace. And I was like, I think I'm gonna propose the next year, but then her mom passed, so that was a hard time.
Yeah.
And then I told her, cause I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna do it no more, or this and this and that. And her friends didn't think I should do it, but her cousin was like, no, she's married. She has that's Greg's wife.
Okay.
So she's like, no, I think you should still do it or whatever like that. Cause her and Greg kind of got married around kind of some of the same pretenses as far as like her father had passed.
Okay.
And so she was like, I was in the same situation kind of, and her and Greg been married for like 10, 12 years or whatever like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go with listen to you, because we were already in a good space, but like that is what changed the dynamic of it. So like, but it did make us stronger, because she could count on me and stuff. So it's like it didn't hurt our relationship. It was just like I didn't want to take up space in her grieving process.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But she said go ahead and do it. So it was a family trip they had planned or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. But I didn't have long to get the ring around when I was gonna do it. And then normally when I get something in my head, I'm fixated on. So it's like I'm gonna try to make it work. Screw it.
Right.
But I do, and I did want to get her a nice ring or whatever like that. Even though, like you said, that stuff don't matter to her. She is not. Her and I are really similar.
Yeah.
Like we starting to notice that. Like, but like it's not materialistic, and none of that jewelry stuff matters. So if anything, you see like, it's because I got it and wanted her to have it. You know what I mean? Feel like she deserved it.
Right,
so it's like, I knew I'm like, all right, I want to get her a nice ring, because I feel like she deserves a ring. So I'm like, all right, I go ring shopping and stuff, and I go to two like K's and Zales, and they just, the vibe wasn't right. Then I didn't see nothing I liked. But when I went into it's called Diamond Direct or something, they were inviting, they were wanting to teach me, and they were like, well, we're gonna, before she even let me look at anything, she bought this booklet out and was teaching me things about diamonds and cuts and stuff. And I knew I wanted to get her like a center solitaire type of cut. So I'm like, all right. She told me the price. I'm like, all right, I got this. And then she told me the price. I'm like, oh, God.
Right.
But I wanted it to be nice. So I'm like, all right, boom. I'm put money. Fuck it. I'm just going to, like, I got like 3 months. I'm going to have to just come in here each week or every other week and just do what I can do. And it was kind of high, but I'm like, I'm going to get it done. Yeah. And I was doing extra shit to try to hustle up on money. I'm like, so we had a family trip in like November to go to Phoenix. And we was in, I told her family. So they knew, and everybody knew but her. I wonder, she said she didn't know. Everybody knew but her.
I don't think they ever tell us if they really knew.
Man. And I had the ring in my hidden like photos. Cause she got access to it, and she be doing a lot of stuff like on my phone for me, ordering stuff, whatever. She could just. So I'm like, all right, I hope she don't see it. I got it hidden, and then emails is coming in. I'm like, oh God. So we go. Her family knows. We walking up the mountain, and Greg was there. So he, he's a photographer and stuff. So he's coaching me on when to do it, and he told me like, just keep it simple. because
Yeah.
you gon' when
Yeah.
this whole speech thing, you can have a whole speech kind of thing ready,
Yep,
and
and it don't.
half of it you might not get to
Yep.
because you damn near nervous, and then
emotions. You know what I
yep,
mean?
and the emotions.
Yeah,
So it's like I try to keep like simple. I was so nervous I had the ring upside down and shit when I. So the ring was up top,
man.
and I'm like, oh shit. But so we go up this mountain, and Greg looks at me like, all right, boom, this is it. So he had distracted them, and then I had came around, and then everybody started looking. And I asked her, but she didn't have no inkling. Like I said, I was nervous as hell. I had the ring upside down.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, man.
It was a fun experience though.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing for sure.
Yep. So, I did want to say this. As far as the LGBTQ community is in relationships, bro. Why do you feel like most of our relationships don't last?
Man, that's a good question, man. I was just
or get to this marriage point that we at.
Yeah, I really honestly I don't know. I was just telling Ivory that it's this couple that's just celebrated 14 years. They're young too.
What?
14 years. It's a lesbian couple, man. Shout out to Brittany and Eric.
Shout out.
So I was just telling Ivory, like, man, 14 years in the LGBT community is like 60 years in the heterosexual
seriously.
world. No, like seriously. So I'm telling Ivory, like, oh, this is a big deal, and they're young. You know what I mean? So that is a very good question. I have no idea what it is. I think I can just assume maybe because I've maybe I can speak from my experience. No, I don't know. Let me just assume it's because a lot of times in lesbians or bisexual women, there's this thing where I don't know why women are afraid to say they're bisexual. They just say that they're lesbians, right? And that doesn't reign true. You know what I mean? I think back in the day, it was a stigma that bisexual women are nasty or they're looked at as whores or whatever. You know what I mean? So they are afraid to say that they're bisexual. They're lesbian. And they just say they're lesbians. I don't like men no more. But they really like both, and that's okay. So a lot of times with the lesbians, I think that I don't like the word phase, or they're going through a phase. I don't like that because that was projected on me when I was young. So I think that once with them, I'm speaking of bisexual women, once they experience women, or they may only want to be with women for companionship or some sexual. They may not want to see their self longevity with a woman or, things like that. So I think that a lot of times they may go back and forth because they're missing this from a man, but then when they're with a man, they're missing this from a woman. So I think they kind of jump back and forth, and it's hard to be in a long relationship when you feel like you're missing this or you're missing that, or you know what I mean, or you're doing this for fun, or you're doing this to be freaky, or whatever the case may be. I don't think that a lot of times in these short relationships that do not last, I'm not speaking of the ones that do last. I'm speaking of the ones that do not.
Right.
I don't think unconditional love is why they're in it. And with any relationship, if love is not, the number one foundation, it's going to be hard to last.
And then you got to think of some of them, like some move fast.
Move fast,
and like you said, if they not in it for the longevity, one person might be.
Yeah, one person might be. That's
and
what I'm not speaking of the ones of the relationship that do last. I'm speaking of the ones that don't.
Yep.
And because like you said, they said lesbians move faster than Mexican music. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, if they are navigating in that relationship without love, you're just doing it for the honeymoon stage, the companionship, the sex, then once that's gone and that has died down and fades, then and
you
I was
don't
like,
got
on to the
nothing.
next thing, you got nothing to hold on to. So I think that's why. And then as far as men, the gay men, LGBT wise kind of show, I think it's because, man, there's some horny niggas.
Horn.
Look, you get two niggas together and they like, it's hard to even be faithful.
Like I've never seen like a male gay couple be like, it seems like they just very promiscuous.
Yeah, very. And hey, I'm pro ho.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Long as you safe, I'm pro ho. I am not.
And it's consensual, ain't shit.
And it's consensual.
Yeah.
And I am not demeaning it at all.
Yeah.
Have fun, but I think it's because just men, they are sexual beings. You know what I mean? They have a high testosterone level. They're promiscuous. They think with their penis, whether they're gay or straight. You know what I mean? It is the anatomy of a man. That's just how it. You know what I mean? How it is. So I think it's because of those reasons. It's hard to lock in because they like, hey, I need. You know what I mean? I need.
Then I
need something new.
With the women too, it's like I just feel like we said, the moving fast, right? And then because a lot of the more masculine presenting women, I feel like are more in it to just find a home and be longevity, right? And then I find maybe sometimes where the more feminine presenting woman, like you said, this might have been her first relationship.
Right.
She might have, been trying something out because she was missing something over here.
Exactly.
She's getting it over here. But then also, this is different.
Yeah.
And this may not what I necessarily want to be doing for the rest of my life.
Or even expect it.
And
you know
then
what I mean?
sometimes I feel like a lot of the toxicity from the heterosexual community has a downpour in the LGBTQ community as far as the misogynistic mindsets. And it's like, well, we ain't got to mimic none of that. You know what I mean? We're still like, especially in a lesbian relationship, like if you're still a woman and identifying as a woman, then where's this like where the gender roles become a problem?
Right. Who's the man?
Yeah, who's the woman? Who's the man? Then you kind of trying to portray yourself, but then you're not provided. Like Deja be coming sometimes with some posts, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Deja, man. Great dialogue for sure. I love her transparency.
Yeah, about women, masculine women, like you. Okay, it's okay to be masculine and do whatever, be a woman. Boom, you masculine, you a woman. But then you come with that misogynistic mindset, right?
Yep.
But then that misogynistic mindset don't pour into you having a job and providing for the house.
Right.
So you got this, a woman need to be doing this, a woman need to be doing that. And you more masculine present, so you feel like you don't need to be doing that. Yeah. But why are you trying to get took care of then?
Right, exactly. It don't make sense. It's
so I feel
you
like
can't pick and choose when you know.
So if you got that mindset, then let it be all the way across the board.
You can't pick and choose when to have that mindset.
Yeah. So I think that a lot of that happens too, and like you just said, a lot of healing too. Yeah. I feel like a lot of healing don't be done before getting into these relationships. And maybe there is a lot of abuse, domestic violence abuse in the LGBT community that don't get talked about.
I had a police officer tell me that most of his runs, like as far as domestic, is lesbian or LGBT.
That don't get talked about.
Especially lesbian.
And I feel like, all right, a lot of people be like, well, it's two women or it's two men. But just because the anatomy of the body is the same, don't mean that the abuse is less than if it was with a man or woman. Abuse is abuse. So should nobody be putting hands on nobody. And I feel like a lot of that goes on. So then that is what stops. Because it's like, damn, like a person can only put up with so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think all of those factors is definitely why the relationships in the LGBT community do not last.
I would love to see them grow and last longer, but I feel like conversations like this need to be had so that people can start looking at themselves a little bit. Okay, like boom, I do think like this or I do that. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, if I think back on my relationships, because I've been in and I really only count my adult relationships. my adult relationships that I've been in 3. Ivory makes my 3rd one. And then my second relationship was with my ex-wife. It was together like 8 years. So that was pretty long. You know, me and Ivory's been dealing for 6. My first relationship was about 3 years. But man, I was 20. I was young. You know what I mean? But what I will say for me, in both relationships, they ended because of infidelity. You know, so I don't think that my relationships was affected from the whole reasons why we just named, why the LGBT relationships don't last, because of the things we just named. It wasn't, you know, any domestic violence, and it wasn't like because they really wanted to be with, you know, men, or, you know, whatever the case, the things that we just named. It wasn't that, you know. So I think that we can't not, you know, forget about infidelity too. You know, that goes along in with it, as in heterosexual relationships too. But you know, it's still, I think it's a lot of that, you know, in LGBT relationships, because you know, and it's different reason for that, because whatever, you know, if they feel like we said, because they feel like they missing this, or they feel like, you know, this person may not be serious, it's just a phase, or whatever the case may be, you know. So, you know,
and then even a part of your infidelity could have been because, like you said, you was young, but we move so fast sometimes in LGBTQ community.
Sure. Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
because
like,
I think I had moved. I think in my first relationship, I had moved in within a week.
Yeah,
because she was like 8 years older than me, so she was 7. So at 20, I'm like, bet.
So
you know
like,
what I mean?
boom, you thinking like this feel good, but then also I'm still trying to be outside,
right? Especially at 20.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my prime. I was something else.
So
you know what I mean? So
it takes
for sure.
a little bit longer for you to settle in. Who you like now? Of course, you way more.
Oh yeah. It's
like,
even from my second relationship, it's totally different. I'm a totally different person, and not only just, you know, speaking of transition, you know,
it's
just
like maturity.
I've evolved, you know, to become the person that I am now at 40. Of course, I wasn't that person at 25, at 30. You know, so things. And
I feel like
change.
so we got to give ourselves in the community more time,
definitely more time to get to know one another, more time to evolve and know yourself. Yeah, for sure. Know yourself and know one another and evolve, you know, and not only just focus on, even though I said earlier, live in the moment, but not only focus on those in the moment feelings as far as companionship and sex, because, you know, I hear that those are the main things in lesbian relationships, is the companionship and sex is unmatched. You know what I mean? So I think that, you know, people get caught up in that, and they ready to, you know, hey.
So if we can slow down a little bit, I know we be feeling, we be in the moment, feeling, and then for like, especially like lesbians, women, that emotional like
connection,
it's like
exactly.
but you gotta slow them down.
Yeah, got to. Because that's when the fighting and stuff come in. Because your emotions, 2 emotional creatures. You know what I mean? That's when the domestic. That's where the domestic come from.
And
I'm ready to knock your head off.
And then that honeymoon phase be so in the LGBT. Oh my God! So if we can slow that down, we are able to, you know, alleviate a lot of things that is like bumps and roads, you know, for ourselves and in a relationship. Like, you might not, if you would have, you know, got out of that, you know, tunnel vision with the honeymoon phase and with the emotion, then you would have known this girl ain't really even your type.
It's funny that you say that, because I like to, like, that's another reason why I knew Ivory was the one, because you got to get somebody that once that honeymoon stage phases, because it's going to fade.
Oh, yeah.
Once it phases, you need to know that, baby, even though we ain't having sex every day, or we ain't wrapped up like a human pretzel every day and cuddling every day, I still love you. I still choose you. I still be with you. I still see you. You know what I mean? And I think that's why, and I'm transparent about my infidelity in the past, because it took me to experience those things to make me who I am today. And speaking of the honeymoon phase, that is why I used to cheat. Like, for me, I've never done drugs or anything like that. I love that high that it gave me. You know what I'm saying? So once this honeymoon stage was gone over here, guess what?
I'm making another one.
High. I need that feeling again. I need that butterfly feeling. I need that, ooh, I don't want to get off the phone feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, I want to just undress you. Like, man, you know, I would chase that.
Crazy.
So that was my high. So that's why I speak about infidelity and cheating so heavily, because I'm a recovering addict. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because that was my choice of drug.
Man.
You know, I was chasing that honeymoon stage. That
Yep.
feeling, it's a heck of a
It's a
feeling.
it's
but
a
I
drug.
had to realize that, hey man, it's something far beyond that. You are ruining something. You ruining something great, chasing this high, and it's the same way with drugs.
And
you know,
then you didn't hurt a lot of feelings.
Yeah, people the same way with drugs. You know, addicts, they hurt their families' feelings.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They destroy, you know, their jobs, their careers and things because they are chasing this high. And I was doing the same thing. So shout out to me for being a recovering addict, 'cause,
Hey,
man.
and
she
shout out
literally
that for
was
you
my
knowing
high
that
for
about
sure.
yourself.
Yeah, it took a while, but I knew it, and hey, ain't no relapsing for me. I ain't gonna
the
relapse.
thing
You know what I mean?
And that's good. And you know what you got to do. You know what your triggers are. It's just like you said. It's
yeah.
like a drug.
It's
So it's like you got to stay away from certain triggers, or you gotta be able to communicate with your partner.
Exactly.
Like knowing that, like, all right, certain things you can and can't do no more just because you know I'm trying to be on straight and narrow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do whatever
So,
you have to do to, you know.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that's
make sure you don't, you know,
for real.
relapse. You know what I'm saying?
And for you to notice that about yourself and get to know yourself enough, that way, boom, I'm not this is a great person. She's an amazing woman. And I'm not losing that.
You're right, right.
Cause then you could cause so much damage that you done lost it and can't get it back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you know how that is. You done been in relationships to where once something is like, even though y'all had a strong, fiery, passionate love, certain things go beyond. Like, I love you, but that ain't enough.
Exactly. Same thing like with my divorce. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I had to experience that to become the person I am and realize that, you know, that I was an addict. That was my drug. You know what I'm saying? So hey,
shout out to Schelbi, y'all. Shout out to y'all for listening. Appreciate you.
no
Like we
doubt.
said, Schelbi is a official member of this joint. So, you know what I mean? Look forward. Send
For sure.
questions in. Look forward to like conversation that y'all want to hear.
No doubt.
Anything y'all want to hear from Schelbi. Anything y'all want us to break down,
Anything.
talk about. You know what I mean? DM us, write us, email us. You know what I mean? Appreciate y'all for listening. Shout out to Jazz. We